did. Shoot, I thought I had paused it. Okay.
I thought you
All
paused
right,
it
so
too. Anyway.
we're on part 2 of our Super Saturday on December 4th, 2021, and we are coming back from our break. We just watched our video on lot size and also what is a pip. Here is a trade we took on our first session on Ethereum on USD, and we are in profit. This was a call made by a high probability trade idea from the DCX harmonics for a buy. We're in profit 37.63. But as Melissa just mentioned, we also took this trade the opposite direction of what the scanner told us to do so that you could experience what a loss would look like if you had entered into the sell. All right, go ahead, Melissa.
Okay, and so because this trade was called as a buy, I want you to go to your chart and hit your trade button or the plus sign on the Android up in the right-hand side. And we are going to put in another trade. I'm going to show you how to do it a little bit different way. What you're going to do is you're going to change the 0.01 to 0.10. Like the video just showed. Okay, and now I just want you to hit buy market. Okay, we're in that trade. We're in another trade. And now I want you to hit the trade button again. And I want you to change that the 0.10, just add another 0 on there. 0.100. I'm sorry, 1.00. So it's $1. And then I want you to hit buy market. Okay, so now we've entered 3 buys and we're going to have 1 sell. And we're going to see that when you hit trade at the bottom of your screen. Look at that, we're $1,000 negative on our buy for $1. But we're only $47 negative, $40 positive on our buy. And then we're negative because it hasn't quite caught up. So we have to pay what's called a spread. So we have to pay our broker before we get into profit. So we're just going to see how these go. So we have a 0.01 lot, a 0.10 lot, and a 1.00 lot on the same trade. Now the entries are a little bit different, 50 pips, about 50 pips difference on those trades right now, but this was originally called for as a buy. So we're going to see if those 3 buys turn blue. Now, granted, the sell is going to turn more red, bigger red numbers if the other 3 turn blue. But we're going to go back in and alter those and put in stop losses. So I want you to press down on the 0.10, and this pop-up screen is going to come in. And so if you just touch it, then this pop-up screen comes on, and you can either modify the trade, make another trade, close the trade, whichever you want to do. So Reimi clicked on that and hit modify. Now we're going to put in a stop loss. We're going to put in our original stop loss, 39.55. And the TP is going to be the same. We're going to take it to the first TP, which is 42.69. So sometimes if you know you want to get into a trade and you don't know what your stop loss and your take profit is right in the moment, you need a minute to calculate it, you can put the trade in and then go back and put your stop loss in to protect your account and put your target in that you want to have. So do the same thing for the dollar trade. We're going to put our stop loss at, what did I say? At 39.39, and our take profit at 42.69. And now we're in those trades. So now you can just let those run, and they're all going to close out at some point. Whether that be this afternoon, look at that. We were $900 negative. We've already made $600, $500 on that dollar lot size. We came back from $900 negative to $300 negative. So just in a matter of 5 to 8 minutes, we could have made $500 on that trade. So our entry point on this particular trade, we're covering the spread right now. Our entry point was 41.01. And the price right now, if you look at the little arrow right on I'm looking at the bottom, the dollar trade, it says Ethereum buy $1 and it says 4101.81. That is the price that we entered the trade on. And then the little arrow points to 4089.79, 4092.4, and it keeps changing. That's where price is right now. So you have the option of closing these manually or letting them hit their take profit or their stop loss. And so that's just something that'll be fun for you guys to see what your trade does. And if you're watching this recording, if you just hit buy and sell and see where the trades go, regardless of what this trade is actually doing, because this trade's already going to have taken place, just hit buy and sell on one of those crypto currency pairs that you added, and put one in at a 0.01, put one in at a 10 cent, and put one in at $1, and see how they all move together.
Yes. Beautiful, beautiful. And I switched over my screen share so you could go back to the source of this trade idea, which was our DCX harmonic scanner. And this is good for beginners like you who have no idea really what's going on. You can come in here just with one lesson, learning how to take a trade idea. We call it copy paste trading. And as a beginner, it's really important that you do that. You don't have to know all the mechanics, but you want to go through the motions of doing it over and over again. Okay, so I cannot emphasize enough. Do not allow the technicalities, the complexity of this scare you away, all right? Because I'm not kidding. In one lesson, you will be able to tell a story and be able to practice getting in. Now, think about when you were a child and you learned your alphabets. They didn't throw all 26 alphabets at you all on the first day and expect you to memorize it and know what it looks like and how to write it and how to speak it and how to put the letters together, make words. You learn that over time. So allow yourself this is your first exposure, to just take it all in. You see kind of where you're headed, and then we can go from there. All right. So again, just as a quick review of what you've already learned, we learned that we got in at this green line at the entry, and notice that this green arrow is indeed moving on an upward motion towards our goal, which is the TP, which stands for take profit.
Remember, it went
we
blurry
learned,
again, Ray.
What's that?
The screen went blurry again.
Oh, it did. Okay, thank you for letting me know. So again, as you know, we are taking this for a buy. We did take one for a sell, but let me open it up again. Here we go. So we took the scanner's suggestion to go in for a buy, and it has increased and gone up since we entered, and it's headed towards our TP number 1. Okay, my numbers are a little bit different. The 4269. Is that what I entered, Melissa?
It should have been for the TP1.
Oh yeah, it is 4269.
Yeah,
I did it correctly. Awesome. Okay, everybody. So I just wanted to reiterate, this is the third way traders learn and make money. They use algorithms such as this one. They're basically software applications that are robots that scan the market. But we as traders never just take it blindly, especially particularly if you're using your real money. You're taught how to analyze these charts, and then you can decide you agree or disagree with what is being presented to you. All right. Now, at the beginning, yes, it is going to be random. You're just going through the mechanics of entering a trade like we did blindly. All right. But down the road, when you are more seasoned, you wouldn't be doing that. That's called gambling. Basically, all right. We don't gamble because we're going to school to learn how to analyze these charts, to read those patterns, because the market repeats itself. All right. And when you find your favorite pair, I have a friend who only trades XRP. That's all she does. And she has a marriage basically to that pair. She knows all of its idiosyncrasies and how it moves. And so that's what's going to happen to you as well. All right, so let's see. Let me jump on over to our slides and get back to center. Tell me, what are some thoughts going through your head right now as we transition here? Questions, concerns, ahas? Okay, let's see. Melissa, would you walk through this because it's a perfect summary of what you just covered?
Yeah, so this is our sheet that shows you what lot size you're taking and what they're called. So a micro lot, there's also a nano lot depending on your broker that's even smaller than what you see here. A nano, a micro, a mini, a standard, um, and the Cyan, which is, I call it ridiculous, because it's just so out of the realm of normalcy. That's what banks and things use. Um, but anyway, the micro lot, you'll see there a 0.01 equals approximately 10 cents. And these are approximate numbers. We just use them as a guideline. Every single currency pair has its own value, and the average is about 10 cents. Some of them are 9 cents, some of them are 13 cents, some of them are 8 cents, whichever. And so, but the average dollar per pip for 0.01 is 10 cents, and a 20 pip move or a 30 pip move, and these are the movements in price like Manny was talking about in the video, the movements in price. So those points or pips, if you were to take a 0.01 at 10 cents, 20 pips is $2, 60 pips is $6. A mini lot, if you were to take a 10-cent trade, the 30 pips is $30. So imagine if you started out and you were taking micro lots and you were consistent at getting 30 pips a day. So that $3 a day, you were just consistently getting, and then you bumped that to 10-cent lot size. Then you'd be consistently getting $30 a day every time. And then at a dollar standard lot, you'd be getting $300 a day on the same move that you became consistent at, whether that's 10 pips or 20 pips or 50 pips. And so my personal goal, I'll just put this out there, my personal goal is to take 30 pips a day with a $10 lot size. That would be $3,000 a day on a 30 pip move. That's my personal goal for now. I know that that's when I reach that, then my goal is going to be a little bit more. But right now, can you imagine? I mean, there are people I'm sure out there that make, in our team that make $3,000 a day. But I would love to be making $3,000 a day. And it's doable, especially if you become consistent at those smaller moves. And that's why it's really nice that we are able to open an account. You can open it with $10,000, you can open it with $100,000, or you can open it with $50 or $100 and just practice with those small lot size. Reimi has an example of what I just did for you on your own chart, where she took a 1 cent lot size, a 10 cent, and a dollar on Euro USD, which is a major pair. So for a 1 penny, she made $6.54. For the 10 cent, it was $66, and for the dollar, it was $652 on the same movement in price. And this particular trade
And let me
was
interrupt.
about.
No, I have to
Go ahead.
interrupt. Everybody, look at your MT4s now, and you'll understand what she's explaining to you about this chart here. We're uh, in profit on all of our buys. Yeah,
Wish I would have taken that on my live account.
I know, me too. Go ahead, Melissa. I'm sorry I interrupted.
No, that's great. I'm glad that they're all in profit. So if they're all 3 blue, you could close them manually if you wanted to, or you could see if they go ahead and hit that TP1. On that actual harmonic scan, the take profit 1 was already hit from the very beginning. So it did already hit that TP1, and then it came down with that news, and now it's back going toward that TP1. So if it hits that TP1, those 3 trades are going to be in very nice profit, especially that standard dollar trade is going to be several $1,000s. So yeah, in the hour that we will be on here, whatever, it's already doing well. So anyway.
Yeah. Wonderful. Okay, thank you. And again, you might be wondering, well, gosh, why wouldn't we just all put in dollar lot sizes, which is $10 value? Well, it's all based on how big that bank is, and people will grow that account over time, so that they can take bigger lot sizes. Like Melissa's saying, she's grown.
Well, and the one thing that I want to reiterate is the Academy teaches you to have proper risk management, and we are taught in our education platform to never risk more than 2% of our account on any trade. On any one trade. So if you're in 4 trades, those 4 trades need to equal that 2% risk. And so your stop loss becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. And that's the goal of every trader, is to have a relatively small stop loss. So you're really protecting your risk. Lee Allen, like Carla follows and I follow, and she teaches a 0.5%. A lot of times. And the bigger your account gets, the less risk you need to take. So we start off at 2 to 3%. And if you have $100 account, that's only $3 that you can risk. And so it doesn't sound like very much, but believe me, when you very first start and you're in a live account and you take your first trade for a penny and you're 90 cents in profit, you're hooping and hollering, because it's just so much fun.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it. If any of you are interested in coming on in the morning, I'm happy to do a watch party of Lee Allen. We mentioned that we trade with her every morning, and we're trading NAS, which moves very fast. And if you want to experience making money in 30 minutes, basically, or 45 minutes, come on, join us. And she wants you to be in demo. And now that you know you have a demo, and we can walk you through it. Okay, so please reach out. Let me know if you want to do that. We're happy to open up a room for you to take a look. All right, so what you're seeing on the screen is the MT4 for Androids. Anyone who is watching this video later, do know we have videos that you can actually watch that walk you through the tour of the MT4, and can get you that. So just ask the person who invited you to get you that information, or you can Google it, MT4 on the Android, and you can find some information on that. All right. So again, just to conclude, we've taken a trade. We used the DCX harmonics scanner to take that trade, and we're going to experience what happens here. All right. Okay, wonderful. So we went through that. We went through our take profit levels. And there are some of us who take the trade for TP1, and then we get back into the trade. We take it for a higher TP. But again, know that as you take a higher one, the more risk that is involved. All right. Melissa, are you able to share your screen and show us a compound sheet, or shall I pull up the hypothetical? What?
Go ahead and pull up the hypothetical.
Okay, awesome. All right, so while I do that, go ahead and chat through the whole idea of compounding, and then I'll get that going right shortly.
So we have all of our educators, I think most of our educators, I'll just say most of our educators have a compound sheet that they share in their live rooms and whatnot. Our team has developed some as well, and based on other educators as well. And so we've developed some compounding charts that give you a rundown of starting your trades at a certain account size, and we teach you to take, well, some do a 20, like as if it's 20% of the amount that actually is in the account. I do a 5%. When I'm doing a compounding chart, I pretend that there's only 5% of the amount of money in my account, and it gives you the lot size and your goal for the day. So this particular account has $600 in it, and so at the end of the day, you're following the chart to see what you need to make. So you're basing it on a daily growth. 8% is super high. It's a big, I mean, even the best hedge fund managers are at 4 and 5% growth annually. 4%. So 8% is really high. And so you can change that to 4, you can change that to 5 or 2 or 10 or whatever you want to. And if you change the numbers in the sheet, it gives you what you need to do. So for this particular one, your daily goal is $20. It says daily profit goal, $20 based on 20 pips. And where's the lot size at, Reimi?
All right.
Oh, 20 cents. Yeah. A 20-cent lot size for 10 pips rather. And that would get you your $20. And so on the far right, it tells you what pairs you took, and you get to journal everything that you take and what pair you took, how much you made. The black numbers are profit, the red numbers are losses. So when you do this, you can lose 67% of the time and still accomplish this goal. And the win rate, it only needs to be about 40% of the time for you to do this. And that's okay, because your losses, because your 2% loss is so small and the wins that you take outweigh those, this is where this works. And you don't have to be taking the lot sizes that are at the bottom of the sheet that are astronomically huge and scary to me. But you could easily take a standard once your account gets up to the amounts on the far left side of the screen. So at 90 trades, this is kind of how we work this out. At 90 trades, you could take a $500 account to $17,000 with proper risk management and following the chart, following your rules, following confirmations that you learned from your educators. And if you were to change that balance to $1,000 or $10,000 and follow this sheet, it's just amazing how fast this money grows. So if you were to have $1,000 in there doing this at 30 days, you'd have 3,000. But think about how compounding works. So these are, look at the actual balance of your trades as it goes down and down and down. So I'm not sure that this, go ahead and scroll down to the bottom for me, Ray. I'm not sure that that's accurate on $1,000. It might be for 4%, turning $1,000 into $34,000 dollars. So this is just a really interesting way to grow your account. But it does take discipline, it takes consistency, and it takes a great mindset, because you have to be able to take the losses with the wins.
Yes, yes. All right, and I'm going to give you a homework assignment, everyone, just to educate yourself and your families about compounding. And I'm going to take you to, write this down, compounddaily.org. Not sure why it's not taking, compounddaily.org. It's a calculator, all right? And walk yourself through this process, okay? Let's just leave this $100 in, and let's just say that we're going to grow this by let's do 5%, and let's see in 120 days. I'm just making this up as I go. Let's just say you're going to reinvest all your profits. You're not taking everything out, and you're trading 7 days a week. Okay, now that's not realistic for many of us who are not trading 7 days a week, but just to kind of give you an idea of what this tool can do for you. And basically starting with a $100 account on December 4th, in 120 days on April 3rd, 2022, this account could potentially be at 34,894. Okay, now you changed the parameters, but the calculator is awfully cool to be able to see what would your journey look like if you were compounding an account. All right, so here, and by the way, you can click on send my results. It'll send you, you can send yourself a PDF version of this. So you could use this as a map or a guide, okay? So for example, on day one, your goal would be to earn $5 basically here. You're gonna keep that profit in there, assuming you did win $5. And then the next day, you're gonna now invest $5.25, $5.25. Or your goal, excuse me, would be to earn that and you notice you're putting that saving back into your savings account, if you will. And it just grows incrementally every day. You go in with you open up your computer, you're saying, I'm going to make $5.51 today. And you use your techniques and your educators and your algorithms to help you achieve your goal for the day. And you grow that account over time. All right. So consistently, what did we start with, $100 account? If you were to win consistently, and some days you're going to lose, so you might get stuck on a certain day goal until you get there. But on day 30, that goal account would be at $432, again, in a perfect world. But you get the concept, right? That you're growing this incrementally. On day 60, that $100 account could be at 1868. And if you kept all that money in and you stayed the course, achieving your daily goal, or staying in it as long as until you do achieve that daily goal, at 90 days, that account would be up to $8,000. Again, I'm not showing this to give you pie in the sky, guys, but I'm just, one, showing you that there's a tool, a calculator that can help you set your goals. All right, here at 120 days, this account would be at 34,894. Okay, so talk about incentives for getting your learning plan together. You can manipulate this. Some of you want to move slow and steady. Others want to move fast and furious. And so again, you can determine this, and we'll assist you in setting somewhat realistic goals based on the amount of time that you have to commit to your learning. All right. And let's see, I have Scott still on the line. Scott, I'd love for you to share a little bit about your crypto investing side of the business. That is something that we haven't talked a great deal about. Meanwhile, I'm going to pull up, I think you are a follower of Curtis Cobain, are you?
Yes, absolutely. Actually, let me close out my trade here. I went on so I learned something today. I just had a learning experience here. When Melissa said to go to $1 as an example, I went back over to my I was actually doing a live trade at the same time and didn't realize that when I go from the old to the new, it stayed the same. So I basically jumped in at a standard and wasn't aware of it.
Oh.
And so I'm up $160 now. So let me log out before.
Oh, you're a lucky man. Yeah, look at our trade. We are up what is that? $3,273 at this time on our standard lot size. On our 10-cent lot size, we're up $320. And on our penny lot size, the very first trade we went into, we're at $82.28. Thank you, DCX Harmonics. We love you.
Way to go, Scott. So note to self, when you are transferring, if you're toggling between accounts, whatever you took on your demo account will be the amount that's on your other account, whether it's a demo or a real. If you change it on one of your accounts, it's going to show up on the next account at that same price. So always, always check your lot size. We've all done this many, many times. And yeah, so that lot size doesn't, if you took $1 on one and you went back to your real account, then it's going to show up as $1. But you're welcome, Scott.
So yeah, no, absolutely. So I'll need to move that. So I'd actually
I love this story.
yeah,
Guys, this is the reason why in the first week we want you to like take 200 penny trades just randomly. You don't know what the charts are saying. Just get in and get out, get in and get out. Just let it run like we practiced today. Why? Because the next week when you start getting into the technical training, you're not fumbling over, now what button am I supposed to push? You know, where do I find the chart? How do I get into a buy? You've practiced so many times that you've got that learning out of the way. All right. And yes, you will continue to make little oopsies like we just experienced through Scott. Some of them will work in your advantage.
Scott, I sure wish you would have gotten in on that dollar buy when we put it in.
Yeah, no kidding, no kidding. I got in, well, actually I did earlier at 5 cents. And so I've already made some money and tapped out there. But you know, one thing that I learned an awful lot, and Melissa said earlier, she showed us, first of all, set your stop loss and set your take profit, and then jump in. And then she said, if you want to, you can go to market execution. You could set it afterwards. As a beginner, I would highly recommend you set your stop loss first. So if you made the mistake I just made and it went backwards, it's not going to drain your account. I mean, you're going to be playing on a demo account for a while, but when it's live, you don't want to make that mistake and go backwards $190.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In terms of investing with DCX, you know, I follow Curtis Cobain almost religiously. Once you get in, I think the last time he provided lists of coins that he suggests was in May. So he's probably due to do that again. But I mean, he'll tell you right off, this isn't gambling. If you ask him about Dogecoin or Kishu Inu or anything with an animal or a dog or a meme, he's going to say, if you want to gamble, go to Vegas. If you want to play, you can play. But he says, I'll never be talking about that. He's going to tell you, and I'm jumping the gun, but he's going to say there's 4 criteria. The coin's got to have use case. It's got to have partnerships. It's got to have competition. Or if you find any of the exchanges listing the coins, then that's a big red flag. So he's going to give you the criteria. He's going to actually provide you with the coins. I jumped in June 24th, and I bought Bitcoin, and I bought, well, he said by the end of the year buy 5 Ethereum. I ended up buying 9, and then the OCD in me was so strong that 9 was so uncomfortable. I had to buy 1 more because I wanted an even number. So I've got 10 ETH right now.
Oh my gosh.
On that date, I also bought about, I want to say 20 of his mid coins, or his. You'll understand this more as you follow him. Not there's mids, and then there's ones that are higher risk, and he's saying, you don't, I mean, put $30 in, put $50 in some of these little ones. I'm looking at my tracker here on what Decentraland. I think I've made $900 on $100 investment. On what Loop Ring, I'm up $700. This is just in a couple of months on a, you know, maybe $100 investment in it. So all these small coins will follow Bitcoin. Basically, Bitcoin drives the market. But I'm really focused on Ethereum because Ethereum is the basis for about 2,500 different platforms or projects. These altcoins I talk about, they're actually based on the Ethereum platform. Every time something is traded, you pay a little bit of Ethereum fees to get into that trade. So I honestly think, again, following Curtis, there will be a time that Ethereum is actually probably at a higher price than Bitcoin because all the projects that are based on it, whether it's in insurance or decentralized finance or the real estate market. I mean, almost everything's moving to the blockchain. So again, you're one of the probably 5% right now that are involved with the market right now. I mean, people are freaking out and say, hey, I want to get into crypto, and they don't understand how to do it. This is an awesome way to learn how to do it. You've got mentorship either with what is it, Gomez or Mike Sotero, or again, I like Curtis Cobain. You got a lot of support. We've got study groups. There's I believe we meet every Thursday night. I haven't been on all those. I've had some health issues, but there's a lot of support. And I mean, I paid off my house. It wasn't a whole bunch I had to pay off, but that's $25,000 that's done. I don't have to make that payment anymore. And I'm actually, this session has got me more excited going back and trading pairs, maybe even more side on the DCX side.
I love it.
Me
Thank you. And
too.
by the way, on Monday night at our what we call Ohana night, Scott is one of our featured traders that we're going to be highlighting. He's going to be telling this story again. And so if you have a friend or a child or anyone who you would like to have listen in, we're going to have 2 or 3 other traders that are sharing their experience on our platform and what their learning journey has been. So thank you, Scott, for sharing with us where you've been and how's it going, and your love for this man, Curtis Cobain. Again, it's so amazing. This young man has all he's learned in his favorite videos right here. He outlines priority number 1, mandatory watch crypto security. He's big on doing things properly. And you will be able to come in here and listen and go back and get it straight from him, what he sees as the best way to protect yourself. Here's
Audio's looking good. And
he comes on again 3 times a week, I believe, if not more.
yourself,
He's on
and
in
you don't have to
5
double
minutes.
back and do all of this security checking, because these hackers and these people who are preying on these new members to the cryptocurrency space are going to get more savvy. They're going to get more aggressive. They're going to find more ways to start breaking into these emails to find out what your wallet addresses are, or how to find ways to hack into your wallets. Okay? Super.
All right, guys. So that's just a snippet of it, but I just wanted you to recognize that when you have access to people in real time, okay, now, because you could go to the YouTube and surf the internet for information about crypto, but who knows how old that information is, who those sources are, and that you're getting information in a sequence. I can't tell you how important that is, that you follow the steps. And if you can follow the steps and come on and ask questions along the way, you're just more secure. You're just doing it in a smart fashion.
And Curtis Cobain is one of the top 10 educators in the world, not just in our platform. He's amazing. He's really just amazing. So.
All right. So the last topic of the day today was to share with you a little bit about the third type of trading that we do, which is called Hfx trading. It stands for high frequency Forex. There's a number of our traders who love Hfx trading. They do it also with their Forex trading and crypto investing. But this is called time-based trading. And if any of you would like to see a demonstration of that, every day, Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m., our team jumps on a call. And I want to invite you to come and take a peek at it, even if you aren't really thinking that that's going to be your forte. It's just good to know what binary option trading is. But basically, it is trading foreign currency. And we instead get in and out of trades in minutes. And we are basically forecasting that it's going to go up. We call it a call or a buy, and get into that and close out our trades very quickly. All right, so that's an invitation to you, whether you're a part of our community or not. I'd love to host you on a watch party per se, but we have a number of educators that are trading binary options frequently during the workday. I'm going to put this here. Let me see if I can grab this. I'm going to grab this link, because what you can do if you're curious, I'm going to put it right here in our chat. And if you want to, this is kind of a simplified version of what is binary option trading. I'm putting that right into our chat in this Zoom, and that will give you a summary, kind of a cartoon version of what is HFX. Okay, so that's that. And then let's move on to the main topic that you probably are asking yourself is like, where do we go from here? What is my journey as a new trader? and let's pull it together from here. All right. So let's see. So the first thing we mentioned, I guess this is outdated here, so let me just skip over. The platform, I've been using it all day this morning. The Academy, we went to go live and we showed you our strategies. Those are the 3 components. We don't offer our life-changing Forex 3-week intensive anymore, but we are doing our Super Saturdays. And we have study groups that are meeting during the weekday that you can trade with other people. And that's our community. That's our local community within our team. So there's a lot of support there. And then we have a fast start orientation or a launch that I do every Wednesday or by appointment. So if you would like to get started, just reach out to me and we can get you started on the platform and creating a learning plan for you. All right. So this is basically what it would look like on a computer, that you would choose which academy you're going to join. Some of us just join the elite package and we just get all of the academies in our first 30 days until we can determine which one is going to be our first love. And then you can then decide which one you're going to join. So for example, the elite package, we start up at $324.95. It gives you access to all of these academies. And then
Reimi, you're not sharing your screen.
oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I've been talking this through, showing you visual aids and no screen share. Oh,
Sorry.
darn it. Okay, guys, let me go back real quick. Yeah, so I was just sharing here the platform online. Where you would get started is just determining which package, basically which tuition program you want to get involved with. There are no contracts, so you can decide to try it for 30 days. You'll pay the initial startup. For $324.95, you have access to all 3, and then you can decide if you want to narrow your focus and just choose Forex. Then in the second month, you would pay $174.95. And it would, or $274 if you're keeping the package with all of them. If you are a DCX, you want to just learn about investing and trading cryptocurrency, then this is the package that you would want to be in on. All right. But again, this is not something you're going to learn in 30 days. You want to decide that you are going to be a student of this and to give yourself months of learning. All right. And I really want you to be thinking about, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can afford $174 payment, but please comment on this, Melissa. You've done some really great comparisons. I mean, everything from drinking a cup of coffee from Starbucks to, you know, what it's like to go to a college course.
Well, yeah, I did a big, I really researched, you know, what the, a university of good standing, you know, U of W, WSU, other major universities in our country that, you know, average tuition is $25,000 a year. For like U of W, it's $27,000 a year. So we're paying $125,000 for 4 years of education, all for a child to graduate and then not go work in the field that they went to school for.
Mm-hmm.
And the small percentage of kids that actually go work in the field they went to school for, it's just so small. And so I was doing this research, and IM is about $2,200 or $2,400 a year. So you could go in this IM Academy for 10 years for the cost of 1 year at a major university. So if you have kids, or you know these 18-year-olds, they don't know what they want to do, you know, investing a year, $2,400. I mean, we blow that left and right in our checkbook. If we looked, you know, it's $590 a day for just a basic package, and $9 a day or $891 or something like that for the elite package that gives you every bell and whistle you possibly could want in this company, is $9 a day. And so it just makes sense to add this. And yeah, because I know we spend that $5 a day on something that we probably don't need.
Yeah, we
you
don't
know,
even bat
so
an eye at it sometimes.
yeah.
Well, thank you, Melissa. And for those of you who take advantage of reward programs, our companies, just like a gym membership or a Netflix or whatnot, our company will repay you or pay you for giving them a referral. So if there is anyone that ever joins and becomes a student active, then and you have two of them, then you don't pay your monthly subscription. And that again, you don't need to tell anybody that you're trading, but if someone in your family and you want to bless them with this information and they do decide to join us, then that subscription fee is waived. All right. So basically, that's the skinny guys of how we get started. We again would plug you into various study groups and get going that way, and getting you through your academy videos, then into go live, and then trading every day, or as often as you can based on your block time sheet that we want you to complete. All right. So most immediate steps, we want you to get back to the person that invited you to this call and let them know what you thought of this. I'd like to go around. I'm sorry to keep you a little bit over time. If you would just quickly give me a one, what is the nugget you're taking? What's the aha that you're taking away from this time together on this Super Saturday? Lisa, what are your thoughts? Your biggest takeaway?
Trying to determine my aha. Oh, there's a nice ray of sunlight there.
It was beautiful.
That this is going to take a lot of dedication, but it sounds like it's incredibly worth it. I'm really overwhelmed at this point, but I have a lot of vocabulary right now. Super excited about that. And I believe I just need to jump in and go. So
Good girl.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
What will happen is when you say go and a green light, we'll get you into taking those first steps. And we should get together and talk about where you'd like to see yourself in 30 days, what things you want to accomplish in the academy. And
that sounds great. Thank you.
Set some realistic goals for yourself based on how much time you have. And you want to run your own race. You're not going to compare yourself to the next person. How about for you, Anthony? What are some initial reflections now that you have this info?
I think it's how the way you simplify the process. In the beginning, it can be overwhelming because it's so much information, so much vocabulary. But the way you simplify and break everything down makes it doesn't become so overwhelming. Yes, it's time consuming, but you figure all the time that you put into whatever things you do in your everyday life, you could take a couple of hours out of your day and just finally invest in yourself and your future for your family, which it just makes it more beneficial.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, in Hawaii, we call it chicken skin or goosebumps when you just said that, because you mentioned 2 hours. Can you imagine if you just put in 1 hour or 30 minutes, but you did it daily, right? While you're driving in to do your grocery shopping, you have a video playing, even if you can't watch, but you're absorbing content. Look at what you accomplished in just these 3 hours, how
Right.
your horizon has been broadened. All right. So yes, it feels like drinking from a fire hose, but our job is to really hone it in. So you're just taking a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. I still remember Cynthia's first few weeks, and she stayed the course. And I'm just so proud that she's on the other side of that. And Auntie Rhonda, another perfect example of that journey. Anyone else want to share a takeaway from the call today?
I'm going to share my takeaway from this. I've been with this company for almost 2.5 years. And I just had an aha for myself that I freaking know a lot.
Oh my gosh.
I know a lot
Yes.
of this education, and I have 100% vocabulary on Forex. Now, crypto is another story. I'm still learning the vocabulary and the stuff with crypto and altcoins and things like that. But It's amazing. I mean, I have some degrees, you know, and I have spent years on those other degrees. And I think this one progressed 1,000-fold faster than those degrees that I took. And I didn't get to practice until I was done with those degrees. And you get to start from day one practicing what you're learning in this one. And that's the difference, I think, in that whole education piece, is that, yeah, you go to school for 4 years to get your bachelor's, and then you go for another 4 years to get a doctorate, or 8 years or 12 years, depending on what it is, or another couple years for a master's. But you get to learn theory the whole time, but you don't get to practice it until you've done your internship, and then you find a job, and, you know, all of those things. So it could be 2-3 years before you actually get to use what you learned. And I love that this platform, from day one, you get to start learning just like we did today. We learned it, we did it, we're in a trade, we made money, Scott Bridges. And you know, so so that's the best, that's the biggest takeaway is I forget sometimes how much I actually have learned and has been cemented in this education.
And Melissa, you're gonna do it the rest of your life. I mean,
Oh
you know,
gosh, yeah,
oh my
for
gosh,
sure.
guys, why do we do this? We spend our Saturday morning with you because we cannot not say anything. It would be selfish to not tell people about this. I just, oh my gosh. But anyway, that's another story. Okay. So anyone else would like to say anything? Cynthia.
Yes, I would just like to say that, you know what? I'm an emotional person. I can cry at a drop of a hat, but this I Am Academy has really changed my life. I just love it so much, and I am going to be doing this full time. I love the fact of our community. That was the first thing that really drew me in, is this community that we have is just, it's just wonderful. And so you're never alone. You are never alone. And so we're family. And so I'm growing. I'm just really proud of myself that I've come so far. When I first joined, it was like, oh my God. And so, but I stuck with it. I mean, I would get up early in the morning. I used to get on the calls with Leslie and watch the Patrick Kenny. I've done so many different things. I've watched different educators, and now I kind of found the one that I really like. And I love Curtis, and it's just wonderful. And so I'm just excited about the future and what we're going to do. And I would say to you, Lisa, you know, come on board. It's just wonderful. And you have your brother. Is that your brother, Scott? Yeah. So we're all family, whether we're blood or not, we're all family. And so I'm just really excited about where I've come and where I'm going, and I'm not alone. And so I'm just appreciative. So.
Oh, Cynthia, gosh.
Yeah. And I wanted to tell you, Remy, my son, he actually joined, and he's still trading. He's doing live trading. He did stop, you know, he still does his little gaming, but this is actually taken over, and he's doing really well. I'm so proud of him.
Oh, fantastic. I want to circle back with him and see.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
great. I know I've kept you all over. I just appreciate your attention, your interest. You will know deep in your belly if this is the right time and this is for you. We are here to support you, and we look forward to taking the next steps in your journey. All right. So I'm going to email, since I have your emails, everybody, I'm going to email you the link to the next Super Saturday, should you know of somebody that may need to get this information. I believe in divine order of things, and maybe you're here today because you needed to get this information to somebody who needs to act on it immediately. All right, Melissa, any other final thoughts before we wrap up?
No, thanks for joining us today. Yeah, it's every time I do any education, it just reignites my fire, you know, and just makes me more excited. And so thank you for allowing us to be involved in your Saturday morning.
Awesome. And Scott, thank you for your inspiration.
Glad I could make you some money, Scott.
All right,
you.
everybody, make it a great day. I'll get these YouTube recordings to you. All right. Aloha.
Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye, all.